It's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I've got 2 bags to show you. This one has 5 finished projects. This one has a mini yarn haul. Okay, what should we start with? The finished projects. The oldest one was project 4 for Crochet Roulette 2025. There we go, I got it right. This week's theme is birds and rainbow. Now, I am working through, leafing through my chicken notebook, looking for chicken patterns that I've always wanted to make. And I found this one. I've always wanted to make this one. I thought this one was so cute. And you know what? It works up so cute in rainbow. I got the red, the orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple into this chicken. I think it's translated from some Scandinavian language because the name of the website is Stin and Haak. And I think in German, knitting might be like Hakelen, Hakelen. So I'm thinking maybe some Scandinavian language. Haak has something to do with knitting or needles, but I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. So I have 4 rainbow birds that I need to get pictures of, a picture of them all together, and get that into Tracy for this week's crochet roulette. And that was fun. Then I told you that yesterday I did another spinning wheel of names and came up with 2 more projects. One of them was snails, because I have a pattern that I call Happy Snails to You. And I make up all these little snails to put in my $8 bin, and I have an Etsy listing for the snails. And the Etsy listing needs some refreshing. So nope. The first one was pink, white, and gray. And then the second one was red and black, and he's got like angry eyebrows going on there. You can see the eyebrows. And then the third one, mostly purple and white, and I tossed in pink, yellow, and blue, where I had small amounts from the scrap bin, the next scrap bag from Michelle and Cheyenne. So look at that. I did not intend it that way, but I made them all slightly different sizes, same pattern. I think it was the way that I sewed the shells together. So I made 3 snails, and I can cross that off my list. And I need to do another spinning wheel of names to pick out my next project. The other one I picked out was Dragon in a Swing, and I just started one. But I want to make 2 of them before I cross that off the list. And then, this wasn't on my list. It's just that I saw a yarn there in the scrap bag and thought, ooh, that would make a good, yeah. This is the Mushroom Boy from the Friendly Red Fox. I have made him in this particular ombre for the mushroom hat before, and he sold. So when I saw that ombre with the green, yellow, pink, white, like mushroom boy. So I got that made. Yay! Okay, I am making so many piles here. So then, this bag. I got some splaining to do. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. And after the doctor's appointment, I figured, okay, from there, I'm not going to be all that far from the nursery where I bought the apples. And I have $4 in bonus bucks to use up. So I'm going to go over there and I'm going to buy like $8 worth of apples and get them for $4. Well, I did not estimate well. I ended up buying $13 worth of apples. Was it 13? It came down to came down to 9. I don't know. I don't remember, but I overspent on the apples. Yeah. So then, okay, I'm this far out. Now I need to go to a grocery store. I could go that way and go into a really densely populated area where there's not all that many stores that I want to go to. Or I could go that way and go over to the place that has Savers, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Dollar Tree. Yeah, let's go over there. Especially since today was the day that Savers changed the color of the tags. So I went in and all the purple tags were 50% off. So I went back to the section where they have a yarn wall. And I start looking, and there's yellow tags, and there's blue tags, and there's green tags. It looks like somebody cleaned out all the purple tags. And then I see way up at the top, over on the right, there are 3 bags with purple tags. Let's see, the one on top was right up my alley. Three balls of boucle yarn in pink, pale pink, and blue. Now, I like mixing the boucle yarn with another, like a thin worsted or a sport weight, worsted in white, or even maybe like a pale pink with the pinks. I hold it together with something else, and it adds a lot of nice texture to the amigurumi project. So this was $2.99, so it came down to $1.50 for the 3 balls. I think that's a good deal. Happy with that one. The next one I saw was Bernat Softy Baby. It looks like a full skein in Little Muggle. Is that the? It's hard to read through the plastic. Little Mouse. Little Mouse. So it's a tan. I've been needing tan yarn, so this will be good for hedgehogs and stuff like that. The only thing was, this was $3.29. So that brought it down to $1.65 for the skein. A little bit much. For one skein, it's a little bit much, but it's soft. It's fancy. It's a full skein. And then the last purple tag that they had there was pink. Here I am stirring up envy from Strawberry Bonnie. This one was also $3.29, so it came down to $1.65 for the 3 skeins. This one is Red Heart, Chadwick's Red Heart Knitting Worsted. Tangle-proof, ready-to-knit, pull-out skein. 4-ply, 1 ounce. I don't think I have ever seen that yarn brand before. But the others are just plain pink, which I use a lot of. There's one more thing in the bag. I went over and I looked at all the craft books. There were a couple of books, but basically they were Afghans and doilies. Like, there was one that was vintage home crochet and another one that was crochet for the home. I don't know. I don't really need books of Afghans. I have some Afghan books already, and you can always just go online and find a pattern for what you're looking for. So I wasn't really interested in those, but something caught my eye. I'm peeling this price sticker off, and I didn't get it all. Oh, one more peel. Oh, didn't quite get it, but I wonder why this caught my eye. Penguins. Because I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and I'll be going down to see her in 3 weeks. On October 31st, we're driving down for a craft show on the 1st. You know, it's an educational book. It teaches you counting by counting the penguins. I mean, there's 1 penguin. There's 2 penguins. There's 3 penguins. So it's penguins and it's educational. So I think that this is a needed accessory for my youngest granddaughter's book collection. So I do have a bag that I've started for taking down to her house. Like stuff like, oh, you know, let's try selling this one on Facebook Marketplace. Or when I ordered my day planner from Amazon, I goofed. I am used to a planner that has a monthly layout and a weekly layout. So I can have the monthly layout. Okay, here's all my appointments and everything. And then on the weekly layout, I can make my lists, put in my meal plan, my shopping list, things I've got to do, stuff like that. This one only has the monthly calendar. So I asked my daughters, like, okay, can anybody use this? And my daughter down in Pennsylvania said yes, so I'm going to take it down to her. I could just return it to Amazon, but it's easier just to hand it off. I think it was only $6, so I should have known that I wasn't going to get a big, like, 50-page, would it be 50-page? 4 for each. So there would be, well, there'd be 52 weeks plus 12 months. So, you know, it'd be over 60 pages for the planner. Yeah. I should have known I wasn't going to get a 60-page planner for like $6. But I was like, oh, it's Amazon Prime Days. I'm getting a great deal. Yeah. So, the agenda for this evening: finish up the dragon in a swing that I just started. Do a spinning wheel of names to determine what is going to replace the snails on my to-do list. That'll take the spinning wheel of names down to 49 instead of 50. 49 sounds a lot better than 50. Yes. To say you got 49 things on your list, it sounds like way lower than saying, I have 50 things on my list. Okay. And just work on either the item from the spinning wheel of names or something else from the list. Yeah, I'll just play it by ear tonight. It'll be a quiet evening at home again. I have dinner planned out. I need to go put it in the oven pretty soon. Since I was out shopping, I got some fish, I got some cod, and the grocery store that I was at, Wegmans, in their, what do they call it? It's like do they call it the antipasto bar? But they have all these specialty vegetable, like olives and tomato products and all this. They have a fire roasted tomato in olive oil that I could just sit there and eat it out of the bowl. I love them. So I got 2 cod loins, and you just sprinkle a little bit of salt on them and put the roasted tomatoes over it, bake it until the cod is done. Oh, it's so good. And I plan on making rice, and I have broccoli, onions, mushrooms, carrots, all that jazz. So I plan on making a stir fry to go with it. So rice, stir fry, fish. Very healthy dinner tonight. Yes. So that's my day in a nutshell. I went out to the danger zone that has 4 tempting stores: the thrift store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, and I only visited one, and I came out for $10.81. Not bad. What's this one? Is that a coupon? No, it's not a coupon. It's just, oh, okay. If I scan the code and I fill out their survey, I get $2 off a $5 order. That might work out nicely with, oops, I need to keep this out because I need to enter that expense. But $2 off a $5 order, I could go in and, you think I could go in and just get like 1 or 2 bags of yarn to use a coupon? Would I be able to? If I went in there and there were like 10 bags that were 50% off, would I be able to stick with just 1 or 2? I don't know about that. Well, now that I've introduced some new yarn into the house, I need to go finish some up. So, bye-bye. Let's see, tomorrow's Thursday. So it's not quite time for the fun Friday favorites. I could try to make one more chicken. I could look through that notebook, see if I can find one more chicken. Because there's some cute patterns in that notebook. Or I could play with something else. Like I said, I'm playing it by ear tonight. I am just doing whatever I want, wherever the crochet wave takes me. Bye-bye.